Welcome to our YouTube channel Aman Codes. In today's episode, we are going to discuss about predefined functions in list. There are 12 predefined functions in the list. So let's see the predefined functions in the list. On list object, we can perform the following operations. In the sense, these four type of operations we just performed in episode number 29, right? What are the four operations in the sense? See, we can get a single element from list object by using indexing, right? So we can get multiple elements from list object by using slicing. So by using indexing, we can retrieve single element. By using slicing, we can retrieve multiple elements. So from the list object, right? So this is the two operations, and we can update a single element by using indexing. We can update multiple elements by using slicing. So in previous episode, we have seen this type of operations. So apart from that operations, we have 12 predefined functions. By using the 12 predefined functions, we can do some operations on list object. Let's see that operations. So first one is append off. This function is used for adding the value at the end of a list obj, list object. So at the end of list object, it is going to add an value. So let's see how this is going to be working practical. So now I'm opening Python command prompt. See here. Here I'm going to declare one list. Now I'm trying to print the list and its type. See, this is our list and it comes under class list, right? So I'm going to append a value in the sense I am going to add a value at the end of the list by using the function called append of. Here, no, in order to do that thing, the syntax is like this: list obj dot append of value. Whatever the value you have declared here, that value is going to add at the end of the list object. Let's see this. So our list object is lst dot append of, inside this value called 978. So see here, I'm trying to print the list and its type. See here. This is our old list, right? Up to 4 plus 6j. And I have appended a value called 978. See here, 978 is added at the end of the list or not? Yes, it is added, right? So by using predefined function called append, we can add an element to the end of a list object. So the next function is insert function. Here, this function is used to add the value at the specified index. So append is going to add at the end of the list obj, right? In order to add an element in a list obj in specific place, like at the index 2, I have to add one element. At the index 3, I have to add one element. At the index 5, I want to add one element. In order to add that type of elements, we are going to use the function called insert of. See here, the syntax is like this: list obj dot insert of. Here, insert take two arguments. One is index and another one is value. Let's see this one. So at index 3, I want to add an element called 2 plus 3j. Insert of, at the place of 3, I'm going to add 2 plus 3j. Index 3, see, this is 0, 1, 2, and 3. So at the place of true, I have to add a 2 plus 3j. And true will not replace. So these three values are shifted to right side. See here, 10 GVR at the place of true, 2 plus 3j has added, and true and all its values are shifted to right side, right? So by using insert, we can add an element at our specific location. Next is remove of, value based remove of. See here how the syntax is look like. Instance list obj dot remove of value. So whatever value you have declared here, that value is going to be removed from list obj. If this value does not present on list obj, then it throws value error. This function is used for removing the first occurrence of specified value from the list obj. So I declared a list like this, right? So this is a list, right? So now I'm going to use remove predefined function. my list obj dot remove of, I want to remove the value called 10. But see here, 10 has repeated here one time, two times, three times. So 10 has repeated in this list three times, right? So this remove function will remove the first occurrence of a value. So it will see from the starting index is 10, then it is going to remove this 10 only. It is not going to remove this 10. Only the first occurrence of an value or the first occurrence of an element is going to be removed from the list object. So let's see this one. Now I'm trying to print LST1. See here. This is our LST1. The first occurrence of 10 has been removed from the LST1 and remaining all elements are retrieved, right? Now I'm going to remove an element called again 10. See here. Now I'm going to retrieve the LST1. At the index 1, the 10 is available. At the index 2, the 10 is available. So the first occurrence of 10 is at index 1, right? So this 10 has been removed and remaining 20, 10, 30, 50 is going to be retrieved from LST1. So with the help of remove function, we can remove the first occurrence of an value from list object. So that is the reason we are using remove function. So next predefined function is pop of index. This is index based. So this function is used for removing the values from list object based on indexes. So this remove is value based, right? Based on the declared value here, that value is removed from list object, right? So by using pop of index based on the index value, the element is going to be removed from list object. For example, I have declared an index called 1. At the position 1, which element is there? That element is removed from the list object. So if the index has does not present in this LST object, then it throws an error called index error. If the index does not exist in the list object, then it throws an index error. So now we are going to see the value error in previous remove function. So I'm declaring an empty list. See here. So this stands for an empty list dot remove of 90. So 90 does not present, right? So there is no 90 in the list, right? So it throws an value error. See here, value error. List remove of X. So X is not in the list. Here X in the sense 90. That 90 is not in the list. So it throws an value error. Now we are going to see here this pop of index. So now I'm going to use the list LST only. And now I'm going to perform pop of function from that list LST. So pop of, I'm going to declare the index called 0. So I declared 0 here. Then the value which is present at the 0th index is going to be removed. See here. Now I'm going to retrieve LST. So the value has been removed, right? So previous it has 10 at the index 0. So at the index 0, we have GVR, right? So by using pop function, we can remove an element based on the index. So I'm creating an empty list dot pop of 2. So for empty list, length is equals to 0, right? So there is no elements, then how index would be? So that is the reason it throws an error called index error. See here, index error. Pop from empty list. So next, so this is about pop of index. Now we are going to see the similar function called pop off. See here, this function is used for removing the last element from the list and returned which element has been removed, that element is returned also. See here, like pop of index value. See, I have given pop of 0, then it has returned 10 has removed like that, right? So same here also, it is going to return the value. So if we call this function on empty list object, then we get index error, same like pop of index. So, but it is going to remove the element, which element, last element from the list only. So let's see the syntax, list object dot pop of. Let's go here. Now I am going to use pop-off function. What pop-off function will do? It is going to remove the last element from the list object, right? So see here, lst1 dot pop-off. So the element has removed and returned. See here. Now I am going to access lst1. See here. There is no 50% in the list, right? Now I'm going to remove same. Now I'm going to use pop off again. So 30 removed, pop off again, 10 removed, pop off again, 20 also removed. Now I'm trying to access the LST1. So LST1 is empty list, right? So now I'm going to do this pop off function on empty list. So then it throws an index error. See here, index error, right? So same like pop off index function only, but this pop off function will remove the last element from the list, and this pop off index function is going to remove the element or a value from a list object based on the index and last element. So the next predefined function of list is clear off. So let's see the syntax. List object dot clear off. So this function is used to remove the all elements from the list object. So if we call this function on empty list, then we get no output or none as a result. So let's see this in practical way. This is my list object. For this list object, I'm going to apply clear of function. Let's see that one. Now I'm trying to print LST. See here, it has an empty list, right? So this clear of function is going to remove the all elements from an list object. See here, list object is LST. LST dot clear off. Then all elements from that list object is going to be removed and that list becomes an empty list. So if we call this function on empty list, there is no output, right? So in order to get some output, I have to declare this in print. See here, it shows none, right? None in the sense nothing. So the main important operator is del operator, which comes under clear function. So del operator is used to remove the memory space of that list. So in order to remove the memory space of list object, we are going to use this del operator. Not only that memory space deletion, we can also delete the elements from the list object also. So we have three syntaxes in del operator. Del mutable object of index. So removing single elements from list object based on indexing. In order to remove a single element from list object based on indexing for only mutable objects in the sense for list str purposes, in order to remove a single element, then we are going to use this syntax. Let's see. So I'm going to use this lst. Now del operator syntax one, del mutable object. So list is one of the mutable object, right? So lst, list of mutable objects in a sense, list objects are mutable objects. So lst is our list object of index. So 10 present in index 0, 20 present in index 1, 30 present in index 2, high present in index 3. So I have to remove an third index value. Then see here, and I'm going to print LST. Based on the index, del operator is going to remove the element, right? So previously we have this element in LST. After performing this del operation syntax 1, so it has been removed the element from the list, right? So if we come to the syntax number 2, del mutable object begin end step removes multiple elements from the list object based on slicing. So slicing based removal by using this del operator. See here, let's see. In order to do that one, I'm going to declare an LST. See here. So this is my LST, right? So now I'm performing del operators multiple values deletion by using slicing. This is an syntax number 2 which is used in del operator in order to remove multiple elements. So del of mutable object only we have to use, that is LST, right? Of colon, in the sense first start, stop, step, right? So now I'm declaring the start value as 0. So now I'm declaring stop value as 5. I'm declaring the step value as 2. So if I declare like this, from start 0, 0 in the sense 10, from 10 to, why we have taken 5 in the sense, so starting value is 0. 0th index is 10, right? So 5 minus 1, 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So fourth index value is 4 plus 6j. From 0 to fourth index value, 0. This is 0th position, right? So 0 plus 2 in the sense, 0 plus 2 in the sense 2. So 2 plus 2 in the sense 4. So this is 10, 23.78, and this 4 plus 6j is going to be removed from this LST. So I'm going to access LST right now. See here, 10 has been removed, 23.78 has been removed, 4 plus 6j has been removed from the LST, and it has retrieved GVR and true. See here. So the third syntax is del of mutable and immutable object removes complete content and its physical memory space. Both mutable and immutable objects whose memory space is collected by garbage collector. So we can remove physical memory space of mutable and immutable objects also. So that is the reason I have declared here mutable, immutable objects. So let's see this one. So this is an LST1's memory address. Now I want to remove, means I want to remove this LST1 from memory space. Let's see. I'm using del LST1. So the physical memory space of LST1 has been collected by garbage collector. Now I'm trying to retrieve LST1. See here, it throws an name error. Name error. Name LST1 is not defined. Did you mean LST? Do you mean LST? Because we have declared LST also, right? That is the reason it's showing like this. So name error it throws, right? So not only for mutable objects, immutable objects also we can do this, right? So example of an immutable object is integer, right? Now I'm declaring a value called a is equals to 90. So del of a, then a is removed. Now I'm trying to access a. So then it throws name error. By using del operator, we can remove complete content and its physical memory space for both mutable and immutable object, and whose memory space is collected by garbage collector. So that is all about del operator and clear of function. So in this video we have discussed about 6 predefined functions of list, and there are 12 predefined functions in list. So 6 are completed. In upcoming videos, we will discuss remaining 6. So that's all for today's video. I hope you all understand. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Aman Codes. Thank you so much for watching.